Welcome to the Daily 10, your daily session of 10 minutes of movement. And today we are working on the upper body and upper body strength. These right here are your exercises. Now, all you will need is a place to train, not a gym, as in like your floor at home. And if you have them, I'd grab any dumbbells that you happen to have. And if you don't have dumbbells, you can use like heavy water bottles or things that you can fill so that they act like a weight. The whole point is that we want to get you moving no matter what. So don't feel like just because I have a bunch of dumbbells here that it means that, oh, you can't do this workout. You can definitely do this workout with me. Just grab something that you can press overhead or that you can do your tricep extensions with. In today's workout, we're really focusing, and like I've designed it with the idea in mind that we're going to strengthen your ability to do push-ups. But often what limits people's ability to do push-ups isn't just their chest strength, it's actually like muscles around it. So often we lack muscles in the delts or the shoulders, as well as on our triceps muscles at the back of the arms. And so today's focus is very much about building those. The other thing that often lets people down on their journey to a push-up or in strengthening push-ups is the core, is your abs. And so we add some abs into this session too with the RKC plank. I'm not going to say too much about it because let's just get on with it. Like we only have 10 minutes and already I've taken up way too much of your time. So let's get on with this session. I love upper body day. I love upper body day. I kind of love all the days, don't I? I need to come up with something more original than that, but it's true. It's just like, I'm just stating a fact. It is so exciting to train upper body. And I say that because I'm an ex-gymnast, and so upper body is way stronger than my lower body. So I don't love lower body day. Let's be real with that one. Okay, so today we have 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, except for the last exercise. We're doing a side plank and we only hold that for 30 seconds, but it's 30 seconds each side. Should we get on with it? Just to let you know, I have a preparation of a series of weights here, right? I have like 3 kilos, 4 kilos, 5 kilos, and then here for my first exercise, I have 8 kilos. If you do not have that, don't worry, just use what you have. You may want to double the reps, you may want to like move a little bit faster so you can push the proximity to failure, right? Because we know that building muscle, getting results in the gym or at home, it's not about necessarily how heavy you went, it's more about the proximity to failure. And I talk about that in my podcast, so make sure you check out my podcast if you haven't already listened to that. If you're really serious about getting results, the more you understand about your body and how it works, the easier this whole thing becomes. Now you guys are here because we have 10 minutes, so I don't want to waste anyone's time. Well, that wasn't a waste. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, shall we get on with the workout? Let's go. 45 seconds on, we're starting with a push press. Grab those heavy dumbbells if you are using them. And all we're gonna do is keep our arms in a sort of neutral position facing forward, and I'm gonna jump that weight up a little bit. Push press. So I'm pushing with my legs, pressing with my arms. Really, really small push to then get my arms up. Okay, so it is an overhead press, bend the knees and push press. Inhale as I come back down, bend, push press. Now, if you have trouble getting your arms overhead because of mobility, then don't skip mobility day. But also, maybe drop the weight a little bit. Beautiful, bringing those weights down. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. I only have 2 sets of this, so I do want to work quite hard in those sets that we are doing. We've got a tricep skull crush. You don't have to do it on a bench. I'm gonna do it at this angle. Now you could do this from the floor, and again, you don't have to do it on a bench. So you could be just lying flat, performing this exercise, or you can do it on the incline position that I'm doing it. The key thing with the tricep skull crush, we're not actually trying to crush our skull with the, I love the name, with the dumbbells, but what we are trying to do is kind of like go past the head a little bit. Notice that I'm not doing this. And this is what your body wants to do when it gets tired. If you don't know what I'm doing here, it's that my shoulder is moving. So when we hit the next set, I just want you to make sure that everything stays really locked in place here. And that way we're using our tricep to really extend there. I'm gonna turn this guy down. Okay. We've got a lateral raise. So you can sit down and perform this seated, where we're drawing the shoulders down as we extend the arms out to the side. Now, if you are gonna do this standing, you may find that you wanna get a heavier weight because you'll probably use a little bit of momentum in the body to do that, right? So if I'm seated, it takes a lot of the capacity to use my legs out of the movement. And that's why I do like a seated variation. Now I'm really gonna draw my shoulder blades down and back as I extend my arms out to the side. So exhaling as I perform the rep. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna move these dumbbells out to the side because we're gonna come into our RKC plank. Now, for this plank,
RKC plank for 45.
I really need you guys to be driving those elbows down to the floor. So toes are tucked, belly is in, I'm pressing my hands into the floor. Now what I'm not doing is I'm not pushing away. I'm actually feeling like I'm drawing my elbows towards my toes and my toes towards my elbows. Belly draws in, my C-section mamas. You know, make sure that you're in a safe enough position to be doing this. Now, it's not bad for you to train postpartum or to train your abs postpartum, but we just want to be mindful that we're still working the right part of our body. Squeeze your glutes, toes towards elbows, elbows towards toes. Beautiful. Next position we're coming into is the side plank. Now for a side plank, what I need you to do is stack that top leg on top of, like, forward. So it's not behind you, okay? Now here, we don't necessarily need that wrist to be directly under the shoulder. So I'm actually just working on a slight angle here. My belly is in, my ribs is in, and if this is too hard, you can bring it down to the forearm. But if you are gonna do it on your forearm, don't sag through your scapula. Beautiful. Okay, have a little rest. We'll change sides. Let's get ready. So, wrist is a little bit further away from the shoulder. Top leg, forward. Hips up. Belly draws in, push the floor away. Think about the scapula, that's your shoulder blade, moving towards the floor and your body moving up towards the ceiling. So we want to really think about everything being quite strong and quite active rather than this. If that's happening and you're sagging, then I want you to bring the elbow down to the floor and position yourself here. Belly draws in, ribs pull in. Beautiful. Okay, how are we feeling? We got a second set. Let's get ready. Now that you're a little bit more familiar with the movements, let's really see if we can push the intensity here. I'm gonna turn my little guy down here. We just don't need you to be yelling at us like that. Okay, overhead press, let's go. Push. Exhaling as we get those weights up. Think about what your abs are doing as well. So this is actually also demanding effort from my core. As I push those weights up, I need to use my abs to keep my ribs down. 15 seconds. Push it because you got a 15 seconds rest. Beautiful. Okay, pop those weights to the side. We're gonna come into our tricep skull crush. Pick a weight that's gonna challenge you. Okay, here we go. Now, watch my elbows. I don't let them move back or forward, especially not forward. So, locking the shoulder joint in place, keeping the elbows pointing in one direction only. Really make sure there's no movement. If there is gonna be a movement this way, it will be harder, so I'm okay with that. But what I don't want is this, because this suddenly turns it into a different exercise, okay? It's not gonna emphasize that stretch of the tricep, which is what we want here to really strengthen our triceps. Often the weak link when you're trying to achieve a push-up. 2, 1, beautiful, release. Nice work, guys. Okay, we've got our lateral raise. If you want to do it standing, you absolutely can. Choose a weight that's going to challenge you, but without having to overuse the traps. Okay, here we go. Now, my little secret for this, so you guys keep doing the rep, what I want you to think about as you're doing it is that we're actually going to paint the dumbbell down and out, rather than this. Okay, so down and out. That creates length. It's so funny because I recently released a podcast on how to not get bulky. And so many women are afraid of training their upper body because they feel like they just start getting bulky. And that is the case for some people who train, and it's not genetic. It's actually a lot to do with how they are, or in this case, aren't moving. Have a rest. We're gonna come into our RKC plank. So when you're performing these exercises with me, really pay attention to the cues that I give you, because they are designed to help eliminate, let's go RKC plank, how much we're gonna build in the places that we maybe don't want to overly build, okay? Traps are really important, but they often take over and they stop us from growing in areas that we need to grow and maybe want to grow too. Now, I'm really pushing the floor away here. Belly is drawing in. If I was working properly, I would not be able to speak. That's how hard this plank is supposed to be. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna pull my toes towards my elbows towards my toes. I'm gonna really activate my abs and my glutes. 2. If you're not shaking in that plank, then I promise you're not doing it correctly. Most people in a plank, their energy, their power is pushing out, and the whole point is to actually hug in to really work your abs. Let's come into our side plank. Okay, top leg is forward, the arm is here. Now, bonus exercise for anyone that's working on strengthening their delts and their obliques, important muscles. You can practice dropping the hip and then lifting back up, okay? This is a particularly weak point for me post C-section. And for my C-section mamas, often we have one oblique side after that C-section that is a lot weaker. And that is because the surgeon is pulling, or one surgeon or one assistant is pulling really hard to make sure that that incision, wound, stays open big enough so they can get the baby out safely. So often you'll have like a lot more damage on one side. And that for me is this side. So I'm gonna really work this. Wow, this is getting much stronger. It's just nice to feel that progression. Beautiful. Okay, well done. We're done with our session today. We did it. We did it. Look, if you feel like you're in the mood for more and you have the time, by all means, you could do 2 more sets. You could just hit replay on this video and start again and do the whole session with me. And then you've done 4 sets. Amazing, like really working to that nth degree. If you don't have time, doesn't matter. You've hit this 10 minutes. Maybe you'll find another 10 minutes later down the track. But the point is that you filled that cup. You ticked that box. Stand proud, get on with the rest of your day, knowing that you have really done a truly beautiful thing for your body. I'll see you guys soon. Family, how was that? I've already taken my shirt off because I was hot, and now I'm gonna get very cold because it's winter here in Sydney and it's a little bit chilly, but that session was so much fun. I don't know how you're feeling, how your arms feeling. Let me know if you like did it twice. I feel like One of the great things about the 10-minute session is that it kind of can get you into the mood for more. And then you find like, oh, actually, yeah, great. I'm so ready for this, particularly if you were feeling unmotivated in the beginning. And the other thing is that sometimes we find another 10 minutes in our day randomly and you're like, yeah, actually, I can absolutely do another workout. So did you choose to do another one of the upper body sessions, or did you go with a different body part? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get reminded when I release these workouts. That's super important because look, we get hundreds of notifications a day, but we barely get reminded to actually do our exercise. And so what better way than to just be reminded with a little cheeky, like, hey, like let's get our little quickie, our little 10-minute quickie done together, ticked off the list. Now, for those of you that are like ready to take your training to the next level, if you're ready to kind of dive a little deeper into this journey, then don't forget to head to my website, shonavertue.com, and check out the programs that I have on offer there. I can get you into the splits. I can help you to lose body fat. I can help you to gain muscle. I can help you to get your first pull-up. Whatever journey you are on, I know that I'm going to be able to get you there with the programs. Now, if you are in the mood for a slightly longer workout as well, don't forget to head to my Shona Vertue YouTube channel, where I have, yes, longer sessions, but I also have kind of like educational deep dives on certain fitness topics and fitness practices that I know will help to take the guesswork out of this whole kind of health journey that you might be finding yourself embarking upon. And if you don't check out any of them, either way, I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another Daily 10.